What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sports Port. I am your host for today, Tony. I am filling in for Barnes, who's on vacation. Whatever, dude.
Slacking off.
I'm here joined right now by Grasso. What's up? Grasso's in town.
Grasso's in town.
Yeah. And of course, we have Main Magic Mike on the switcher.
Hello world.
Damn, I was really hoping I'd be behind there because I would have done the hello world.
Yeah, but dude, you're bringing the energy.
Whatever, dude. All right,
Yeah,
and of course,
here for sports I don't even know about.
No, it's gonna be great, dude. It's gonna be a great time. Obviously, we also have the #1 Yankee fan, Gino Ganello.
What's up, guys?
How are you doing?
Ready? We're ready to go. We got Astros Yankees this afternoon. I'm gonna be there, so that's
You're gonna be there, dude?
He's gonna be there.
No
dude.
way.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't
first game in
jinx it.
2 years. Yeah, hopefully I don't jinx it. That would suck.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's get started. As always, we are going to be starting in the world of Major League Baseball.
Giving chases Judge, and he dives into the stands.
Rock begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! 3-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
Oh, right, dude. I know. Gino's so surprised, right? Every time it gets to that video.
I know. It makes me play baseball.
Which is crazy because you don't even like baseball.
I love
No,
baseball.
you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't like baseball or rollerblading.
Yes,
Anyway, so as we start with baseball, we normally kick it off with the Yankees. But today is a little bit special. We're going to kick it off actually with the Orioles because John Means, pitcher for the Orioles, throws the 308th no-hitter
in MLB history.
It's the third this year. I think it was only the 10th for the Orioles franchise.
Yeah.
It was the first individual no-hitter by an Oriole pitcher since Jim Palmer in 1969. I think it was the first no-hitter in general for the Orioles since 1991.
Yes.
Which is, it's always fun to see a no-hitter. I feel like having 3 so far this season has been actually kind of a lot, I feel. Especially given that a lot of these pitchers haven't pitched a lot with a short season. We saw Musgrove do it for the Padres, right? Someone who hasn't pitched actually at all in the past couple of years. But it was so close to being a perfect game. Gino, I know you were kind of talking about it. I think it happened in the 3rd inning.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it happened in the 3rd inning. It's like I didn't obviously watch the game where I was working, and we are in New York and don't get Orioles broadcasts, but yeah, it was a drop 3rd strike wild pitch type of thing, I guess, in the 3rd inning, which I guess isn't as bad because at that point you don't really know you're in the middle of a no-no. At that point, it's just the 3rd inning. But when you look back on it and you miss a perfect game by a drop 3rd strike when you struck the guy out, and then he gets caught stealing, so you only face 27 batters anyway. It's that definitely probably stings a little bit, but I'm sure he's happy with the no-no.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm sure he's pumped. The Orioles kind of a team that, started off pretty hot, right? They swept the Red Sox to start off the season, but since then they're now last in the AL East. I think they're 15-16 right now. Do you see like maybe, a no-hitter like this giving the team any momentum or, the batters can kind of get behind him or anything like that? Or
Well, I feel like this team, first off, John Means has been probably the best Orioles player this year overall. So he's been really good, solid pitching-wise, week in and week out. But, this Orioles team is performing, I think, better than you would expect them to. They're still not – if you look at the roster, it's still pretty very not notable. They have a lot of players who you don't really recognize. They have Adley Rushman, who's still, I think, in the minors, but will probably come up. He's their like number one prospect. He's a catcher. He'll probably come up at some point. They have the kid Hayes in left field, I think. So they have good prospects, but still none of them have really made a name for themselves. But they're playing, I think, better than people would have expected them to. I think a lot of people expected them to just have another Orioles type season, which has been the norm for the last few years of them just kind of sucking. But I think that, I don't know, no-nos. I don't know if they ever give any momentum. It feels weird. It's like, it's a no-no. It's great. It's a great individual effort, but for everybody else, I mean, after they have an off day today, I think, and then they go back to work tomorrow, and it's not like John Means is on the field again tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't think it really does give them much of a extra boost.
No, that makes sense. Well, enough about the Orioles, Gino, geez.
God.
I guess we'll move on to the Yankees now. They beat the Astros 6-3, Astros, which is probably what they should change their name to. It's way cooler. 6-3, second game of the series. The Yankees are red hot right now. It's their fifth win in a row, 10th win in 13 games for the Yankees. Gino, I mean, you're the number one Yankees fan. As Barnes would
next
say,
to Barnes.
No.
I feel like Barnes might be a little bit bigger.
For now, I'm going to say Gino.
Barnes is a little more intense.
I think Barnes would die if they went like winless and don't win in a season.
No, yeah, I can see that.
Like if that was
I think if any team in the Major League Baseball didn't win in a season, that'd be a pretty significant feat.
Yeah, for sure. Would go spiraling into a depression.
Yes, like far out.
What happened if they missed the playoffs?
Yeah, honestly, even if they missed the playoffs, dude,
100%.
But as Barnes would say, Gino, I'm going to toss it over to you. Give it to me straight here. All right, what do you think?
Well, I was very, very happy to see Jordan Montgomery go 6 innings. I'm a big Jordan Montgomery backer. I love Jordan Montgomery. And when he got in trouble in the middle, there was some things on the pregame. They were talking about how in his last start, he got pulled kind of early. Boone pulled him kind of early. He was noticeably and visibly upset about that and was upset about it in the press conference. In the pregame to this game, the pregame show to this game, they mentioned how Kluber and Cole had kind of taken him under his wing and kind of, walked him through that, being upset, and kind of gave him more of a regiment to help him with those, because he had been starting. His first, second innings were horrible, and then he would pick it up, but he'd been using a lot of pitches, and that's why Boone had to pull him a couple times. So they've gotten him on a regiment now, kind of like a pregame ritual type of thing, which is good. And then just to see him get out of that inning, only give up 3 earned runs, and then go 6 innings, that's huge. From a Yankees pitching perspective too, because how many times have the Yankees been able to say they've been able to go 6 innings in the last few years, and they feel like they're getting it more consistently. From the Bats perspective, it's all Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, he is about as hot as anybody can be right now. He is just on fire and just smoking the ball, and hopefully it continues.
Yeah, man. I think last night he was 3 for 4 ribbies, a home run. Now, like we mentioned, he has been hot. Do you think he's going to be able to sustain this hit streak, or are you think we're going to see a torn hamstring coming up?
No, I don't think it's. They're so careful with him in the field. Mm-hmm. He's just got I don't know. His swing is so weird because he's angled in so much. It's like back is facing the pitcher. It's so weird, but he's still able to turn on those balls and whatnot, and really power the ball through. He's got such a short swing too. They were saying that it's it allows him to get to that ball quicker. But I don't. It's not going to continue. He's not going to keep hitting at this rate for the entire season. But what he's doing right now is almost unheard of.
It is. I saw a stat last night. It was ranked some players who have batted balls over 115 miles per hour in this season. Aaron, Ohtani, and Guerrero Jr. all tied for second with 3 batted balls over 115, and Stanton's in first with 17. Yeah, no,
he's just absolutely smoking the ball, it's crazy. But when the ball comes off his bat, it's just, you can just see it fire. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And there's only a few players that you really see that happen. I've seen Mike Trout hit a baseball live. He just like you only have to, like I remember he hit a home run and I wasn't even looking and I knew it was Mike Trout who was at like the play. I wasn't even paying attention to the game. I was getting something online and I heard the way it hit the bat. Like it's unbelievable. So there's not many people who can do it. But
Hi, Gino, huh?
What'd you say?
Nothing. Forget about it. Anyway, moving on, dude.
Forget about it.
So tonight, to preview tonight's game, this afternoon's game, rather, the one you're going to be at,
Yes.
we got Cole Round versus McCullers. I mean, obviously, you have definitely the advantage in terms of the pitching matchup there. What are you trying to see out of this afternoon's game besides you in the stands?
Well, I mean, Cole should dominate, I would think. McCullers, I mean, the Astros rotation really isn't that great. McCullers is kind of their ace. I'd have to look up his stats to see what he's done this year. But I mean, in recent memory, I know he hasn't been that great. This year, he's got a 3.38 ERA, 2 wins, 1 loss. He's got 30 strikeouts. Yeah. So I mean, I think the Yankees. I mean, it's Giancarlo Stanton's probably going to hit the ball well again. It's just a matter of what the other Yankees do, and hopefully, Hicks got an RBI last night. Hopefully that starts him up a little bit. Judge was awful last night, so hopefully he's like 1 for 9 with 7 Ks in this series, I think. So hopefully he can figure something out. But I mean, I would think Cole will dominate. Hopefully he goes 7, saves the bullpen a little bit. But I mean, if we can get a big lead, he goes 7, and we can just pitch like Lucas Licky for the last 2 innings. That'd be nice.
Do you think Higashioka's getting the start, or
yes,
I don't know the line.
Night after, I don't know what the lineup is. It actually probably was just released, but
I'm looking up right now. It says D still.
Yeah, within the next 15 minutes, probably.
Yeah.
But he is night after day game, or day game after a night game. They're gonna pick. They're gonna
started yesterday.
Start him anyway. It was always, even if Sanchez had started the last 5 games, it probably would be Higashioka today anyway. So I would imagine they go with that, which is, and with Cole on the mound, it's right. Almost a no-brainer that he's going to go today.
No-brainer, dude. That guy Sanchez, who is that?
Who is that?
Never heard of him.
Hate him.
All right. Well, all right, score for tonight. What do you think, dude?
I want it to be high scoring, but it's not going to be. I'd say like 4-1 Yankees. I say Yankees can go for the sweep. That would be huge. That'd be huge. Big sweep.
Oh, love to see that, dude.
Yeah.
Grosso, you got a score tonight, dude?
Cole's pitching, right?
Yeah.
Say 2-1.
2-1. All right, dude. I'd like to see.
Go. It's gonna be low score.
I mean, I think Stanton hits another home run.
Yeah, hopefully.
That, you never know, dude.
Hopefully,
Gardner
in center field.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I hope for Barnes' sake that was a good game.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, dude. Well, let's move on to the Mets, dude. The way better team. We're gonna recap 2 games. They had a doubleheader yesterday because their first game at St. Louis got rained out. Of course, we've talked about it. A lot of drama around the Mets so far with the whole hitting coaches and then DeGrom, getting kind of injured, right? So, first for game 1 yesterday was the game I was more hopeful for, right? We had Stroman start, especially since game 2 the starter wasn't really announced. We weren't really sure. We were expecting a bullpen game, right? So we're kind of expecting a good start from Stroman. He kind of struggled a little bit with his location. As we know, he's more of a contact pitcher. He doesn't really pitch to strike out. He looks for those ground balls and those pop flies. And it was interesting because, I mean, he had some issues with location, but we saw 2 errors by the Mets, one by Lindor actually, which we haven't seen very often this season. So for a pitcher like Stroman, I mean, I would imagine he gets kind of frustrated on the mound when a pitch like that where he gets that ground ball he's looking for, and the team behind him just doesn't make the play, and then he has to go through another batter like that. So a little bit of a rough outing for him, I would say. But I mean, I think the real issue here was the hitting, as we've seen, which is interesting because we have those new hitting coaches, which we would expect to kind of give the Mets a different approach at the plate.
Yeah, but I mean, that's going to take some time. You don't come in as a hitting coach in 2 days and fix all the problems the Mets especially have right now at the plate. So,
no, of course, but I mean, still, even like because we saw them kind of heat up a little bit with their bats, and they just went cold. I mean, they only had 2 hits for the game. They were terrible with runners. I think they were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah,
Lindor, who was leading off the lineup, 0 for 3. His batting average is now 157. Yeah, which is I don't. It's horrific. I'm not really sure what his issue is. I mean, he seems a little anxious at the plate, like some of the other batters as well. I think the Mets chase like 33% of balls out of the zone, which is the highest of any other team. Like we're chasing so many balls.
2017, 2018 Yankees.
Yeah,
Literally, it's Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton swinging its sliders away.
And it's going to be tough now because, I think Nimmo was just put on 10-day IL now with his thumb, who was our hottest hitter. I think he's batting like 350 or something like that. Like he's been unbelievable in the year. So it was kind of a tough game, the first one. And I was really worried for the second game, like I said, because there was no starter. But second game, honestly, I was really surprised. We played a bullpen game, and we had kind of this ragtag lineup coming in. Lindor was sat. VR came in at shortstop. He had some nice plays. He was 2 for 4. I think he had his first home run as a Met yesterday as well. Mets get 9 hits, 7 runs. St. Louis kind of struggled a little bit. We gave up 11 hits total. But in general, our bullpen did really well. Yamamoto had his first appearance on the mound as a Met. He pitched 2 2/3 innings.
Yamamoto
gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. He struggled a little bit. He got into a little bit of a jam. But I feel like, honestly, even Loop, Gesellman, they all kind of got into jams, even Castro at some point, but they ended up getting out of that inning, which I think is great for our bullpen. But yeah, I'm just a little worried about tonight now, since we've used so much of our bullpen. I'm really hoping to get a good outing out of Walker. That's really about
Good
it.
question by Tolino99. Do the Mets have the
Mets?
receipt in a shoebox somewhere for Lindor?
This guy's funny, huh?
Yeah.
This guy's got jokes every day.
Yo!
Bench is a very underrated asset in the MLB. Those guys make the most of their chances.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, they came out swinging hard yesterday. I mean, like I said, it was kind of a ragtag lineup put together, given the doubleheader, and they knew that they have an early game today, right? So they wanted to sit a lot of people. And you saw
on Pilar, huh?
Pilar came in hot. VR came in nice. Even Nito had a home run yesterday, a big home run, I think, in the 4th inning. I think a 3-run home run. So you'll have to see that. But I mean, in terms of Lindor, dude, I mean, it is still relatively early in the season. You got to expect him to come around at some point.
What if he doesn't?
I mean, if he doesn't, dude, then that really kind of sucks a lot.
What if he turns out to be a bum?
I don't think he'll turn out to be a bum, dude. I mean,
I'd cry of laughter.
No, dude, he's a good baseball player. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. He's very good. Like we said, I mean, he seems to he has a good, like, a sense of accountability for himself as well. He knows that he is the one who's struggling. It's, no one else's fault besides him. And still, I mean, he's still a great defensive asset.
Yeah.
Regardless of the error he had yesterday. But
yeah.
I mean, I think he'll come around. Like we said, we have the 2 new hitting coaches and a development coach. I mean, this is what it happens. Players go into slumps, and it's just, a matter of time before they get out of it. I mean, we've seen it with other players.
Not Trout.
I guess no. You haven't really seen it with Mike Trout. He would be an exception, I guess. But I mean, you see players like
he's worth the money.
Judge. You see these great hitters going into slumps.
I wouldn't call them great hitters.
And wow, dude. Now that Barnes isn't here, you can fire away like jabs at the Yankees. I guess.
No, Mets, Yankees is just Trout, baby. I'm fucking gonna talk about Trout every time now.
What
I found out yesterday about Mike Trout? I'll tell you a Stefan stat. He stole 49 bases in his rookie season.
No shit, dude.
Yeah, you want to know what the rookie record is for bases stolen in a season?
What? 51?
Nope, 110.
From who?
Rich Coleman in 1985 stole 110 bases in his rookie season.
Hell,
Benny the Jet
steal every time he
Rodriguez.
got on base.
Yeah, really?
I don't
Yeah.
know. He was the last. He did in 3 straight seasons, stole over 100 bases, and he was the last person to ever steal over 100 bases. But like
Holy
Ricky
shit.
Henderson stole 130, and that's
Yeah.
not a record. But
He's greater than Trout.
Isn't Trout the best defensive center fielder in the league? Too?
yeah,
he
dude,
is. He's
I was watching. I got
one
into
of the
I got into a Mike Trout rabbit hole yesterday, and I just watched like Mike Trout highlights from his rookie season. I mean, he robbed like 6 home runs in his rookie season alone. Like
Yeah,
he's
he's
ridiculous.
so impressive. Great golfer too, from what I've seen.
Yeah, no, really good for.
To say Ohtani is great at Trout though is that's I don't think so.
stretching, I
That's-
think, right?
That's stretching it real hard, dude. I mean, Ohtani
Whoa.
obviously.
Bikram yoga stretch.
I mean,
Wow.
wow.
That's
Kobe
deep.
Bryant line.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Shout out.
I mean, Ohtani's a great player, but Trout. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, Trout's been in the league longer. That's not even. I don't even want to. No, just forget about it.
Tolino.
Well, all right,
He
Gino.
was
I'm
getting
gonna.
on Tony's nerves.
Dude, I gotta try and channel my inner Barnes.
Yeah.
No, dude. Not even in 30 years would Ohtani be better than Trout.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All right, Gino. I guess your thoughts on tonight's Mets game. I mean, honestly, I do think we'll see Lindor back in the lineup.
I would
I mean,
think
what do
so too. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're gonna Phantom Elston.
Yeah, of course, dude. Real quick, Tolino.
Gotta address it.
Trout isn't throwing a mean splitter.
He's got a point there.
I mean, I guess you have a point, dude. But I mean, let's put Trout on the mound, dude. I'm sure he could.
I know,
Sure he
honestly.
could.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, dude.
But yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, you want to see a good outing from Walker, especially since we used like the entire bullpen besides Diaz last night. So hopefully Walker can go like 7, maybe 8 even, and you just throw Diaz in there for the 9th.
I think it's more than likely he doesn't, but
I think as well. But
he
you gotta hope
he had a bad start his last start too, right?
he did. Yeah, I think he only went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs. So not the best outing, but I mean, what a time for a miraculous comeback,
Just out of the water, baby.
You're alive.
Staying hydrated.
Gotta stay hydrated, folks.
What the hell, Mike?
I just was
Mike
feeling
drank
that.
water for
Dude,
the
you know
first
what's
time in
funny?
3 days, so
I saw no. I've been chugging a lot of water, but I watched the Stone Cold Steve Austin thing about chugging, and it was just hilarious.
Oh, when he slams 2 beers. And
Yeah, I don't think he was chugging water.
yeah, I don't think it was.
I
water.
know, but
Pretty sure it was Bush, actually.
yeah, but it just
some
got
Miller
me
Lights.
motivated.
Yeah.
And then your walkout in the Star Wars stage,
Like that.
that dude, you should be in the WWE.
Well, as Barnes would say, anyway.
Yes.
Back to the sports.
Yeah.
So I'm
Can't go more than
thinking.
10 seconds of sports.
No.
I'm thinking Mets win 3-2 tonight. This
I
afternoon.
mean,
rather?
hey, who knows? Hopefully, alone Nolan Arenado has 7 home runs.
Hey, who knows?
I mean,
Like he basically just said, "Who gives
who
a
knows?
poop?"
I mean, pretty much. I mean, yesterday's the second game. Yesterday, the Cardinals really struggled. I think they were like 0 for 12 with runners in scoring position. So
maybe they switch it around though.
I mean, they could switch it around. However, let's
Mets are winning.
They don't, dude.
My score is Alonso's gonna go off and 3-1 final score.
Alonso's not playing that bad this year either, though, right? He's got like a 280 average.
Terrible. No.
I watched
Yeah.
a little bit of a Mets game, and Alonso ripped a triple with the bases loaded into the gap. That was nice.
I mean, you love to see that, dude.
Love to see it.
Mm.
I think Lindor's going to have a game tonight. 4 for 4.
4 for 4. I would.
High scoring, 11-7 Mets.
I would freak out. I'd buy a Lindor jersey today if that happens. Probably not, though.
No, probably not.
No, probably not gonna happen. All right, well, let's move on to some hockey, some NHL, dude. Which I feel like we rarely talk about on the show, but there's a lot going on, specifically on the East Coast here with the New York Rangers. If you guys have not been up on your hockey, I think 2 games ago, they have a series right with the Capitals. Tom Wilson, pretty much. It's funny how Gino wrote it in the rundown. He assaults Artemi Panarin.
I mean, how else would you describe what he did?
You really couldn't describe it any other way. I mean, he literally, of course, there's fighting in hockey, right? But there are still rules to fighting in hockey.
He literally pulled him by his hair and jersey and pulled him to the ground.
Down the ice without a helmet on at this point, mind you.
Yeah.
After your guy in the face from behind.
Yeah, and you're literally shoving, you're punching him in the face with his head, like hitting on the ice. It's totally not allowed. And Tom Wilson, I mean, I hate to use the word scumbag, but I mean, this guy is like
he is offender.
He kind of is, dude. Like he's literally like he's done things like this before. He's rarely even gotten any type of punishment or anything. And we see this like with the NHL. They fine him $5,000.
You know what's even worse too? Like that one that he got 20 games for. I think it was a preseason game. He just open checked a guy in the face and broke his jaw.
It's so weird.
This is the other. Like the NHL preaches, "Oh, we're trying to make the game safer. We're trying to make it better." And in like regular hockey plays, where guys go and they like maybe like they go check somebody and they check them in the face or whatever, guys get suspended 10 games. But when a guy's thrown to the ground and beaten to a pulp defenselessly, like he wasn't even trying to put up a fight, they're like, oh, a $5,000 fine. Like at this point, you would think they would figure it out and try and maybe, I don't know, suspend the guy for a full season.
Yeah, $5,000 to a guy who has a $32 million contract.
This is nothing at all. And
that's because, but they can't fine any more than that. That's the maximum they can fine, I think.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
I don't know what they were thinking in terms of that. It's so weird. I've heard people almost defend. Not necessarily defend Wilson, but people are like, oh, like, what's Panarin doing? Like, he's so much smaller than Wilson. Why would he even go up to him? It's like, bro, first of all, Wilson is like attacking one of your players. Like, Panarin, he's an assistant captain, dude. Like, you wear that A on your jersey for a reason. Like, yeah, you're going to want to get in there and defend your player. Like, even though he kind of dumped on him and whatever, like, you don't have to shove him to the ice and punch him in the face repeatedly, like with his head hitting the ice constantly.
No.
So uncalled for. And dude, the guy got away pretty much scot-free, honestly. And then obviously last night they have another game. Whole lot of trash talk, right? Like tensions are high.
We're missing like 4 events in between here. They put out the statement. Okay. But the statement is important to the fact that they.
I was going to set up like we know this game is going to happen. We know there's going to be fights. There's going to be violence.
You do you.
Thanks. So obviously we know there's going to be some type of bubble bursting from last night's game. And in the meantime, the Rangers put out a statement essentially saying how it's ridiculous how the NHL did not, further punish Tom Wilson. Essentially saying how they're dropping the ball. They called out, I guess, I forget the guy's name, but he's like the head of
George Paris.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's like the head of safety.
Yeah. The head of players. They called him out, literally saying that he's not doing his job. Which, I mean, as a Rangers organization, how could you not do that? I mean, one of your star players out for the rest of the season. I mean, you have to kind of back him up. I don't think the NHL kind of released a follow-up statement from that, though.
No, they didn't.
Nothing like that.
I don't think so.
The Rangers,
they're trash.
In another kind of weird move, they fire their general manager and president. They bring in Chris
Colony
Drury,
Grill,
part owner of Colony Grill right here in Connecticut.
Go, baby.
Chris Drury.
Best bar pizza in town.
Let's go.
All right, dude.
Tony,
no, it is. I would say it is the best bar pizza in town.
Yeah.
Doesn't really say a lot, though.
Right.
So now Chris Drury is the new GM and president for the Rangers. Congrats to him, I suppose. But obviously,
definitely.
Yeah, no, it's great. Good for him. I think he was like, head of player development or scouting or whatever. So a big jump for him.
I mean, dude, he climbed the ladder quick.
But yeah, so it's kind of weird. I mean, obviously it could be just a coincidence.
Messier.
It's the timing of the fire, which the Rangers did release a statement saying that they fired their GM and president with no relation to the Wilson Panarin incident.
Well, they did miss the playoffs, right? Like that game, losing that game caused them to miss the playoffs.
I think it was when they lost against the Islanders. Their Islanders, they lost 2 games against the Islanders.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter anyway, I suppose. But I mean, so yeah, I guess maybe that's why they fired their general manager. But
Foligno,
I honestly don't believe
on Drury, Trumbull Little League World Series champion. That is a fact.
Really?
Like or something.
He is.
Dude, a man of many talents.
A
Makes
man of
good pizza, baseball, hockey,
and can
dude.
drink.
Can drink beer, just beer and wine though, no hard liquors.
No.
Solid guy.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know your opinion, Gino, but I mean, I want to call BS on that. I want to say it does have something to do with this, but
I think it. I mean, I was listening to the Fan yesterday, and they think. I mean, I think it might have something to do with it. I think maybe the fact that because I mean, the Tom Wilson thing didn't happen at the end of the game. There's still plenty of game for somebody to go back at him, and not like say we got it in this game, but I think maybe people were saying, they were saying like Carton was saying on the Fan, like, oh, hey, like, they didn't go after him and they didn't show any fight. So like, that's not what James Dolan wanted or something like that. I don't know. I think it's a bit ridiculous to fire your GM and president in the middle of a huge rebuild that is only in year 2 or 3.
Right.
And they're moving in the right direction.
Oh, definitely.
They were one spot out of the playoffs. I mean, it's not the end of the world that they didn't make the playoffs, but so it was like very weird. I would think it has to do something with that. Also, Chris Drury is, I don't know, they love him there. So, and apparently he's like a very good young exec. So we'll see what he can do. We'll see. I mean, obviously we saw what happened last night, which we'll get into, but yeah, I mean, it's a weird decision. Definitely.
It is definitely odd. And I mean, I guess you would hope it works out for them. I mean, like you said, Chris Drury, they like it. So I would think he's also a good,
guarantee you see a Colony Grill in Madison Square Garden.
New York doesn't want that, dude.
Trust me, watch, dude. Trust me, you're gonna see it.
All right, let's say if there's a Colony Grill and Madison.
Also, Mark Messier is gonna be the new Rangers coach. Watch.
You think they're gonna really?
I'm telling you, I think that's.
I feel like it would make more sense to fire David Quinn than to fire the general manager and president.
You would think, right?
They're going to trust. This is the beginning of the end.
I mean, it's also a tough situation too because you really don't want things to get out of hand.
If you bring in Messier, you revive this city, baby.
He isn't dead. Like, what are
New
you
York
for Rangers hockey?
I don't know.
It is Dookie
It's
cheeks.
a rebuilding year. Okay?
People are watching Devils hockey more than
nobody's
them.
watching.
Everybody's watching them, baby.
You're not even watching the Devils.
Look at him. Look at the Devils right over your shoulder, baby. Look at you. You should get that tatted on you.
I'm gonna cover it up, dude.
Oh my God! The
show on my right. Oh no, dude.
Yeah, there you go. Oh God.
So anyway, fast forward to last night now. I mean, we knew it was going to happen. Off the opening face-off, we have fight right away. First period, 100 total penalty minutes. I think it was 54 for the Rangers, 46 for the Capitals. I mean, I saw a picture of the penalty box. It was a joke, dude. It was a joke. Honestly, it was like literally like a party in the penalty box. It was unbelievable. I mean, we're talking about like penalty minutes the length of the whole game off the first period. Like,
and basically off the face-off because like 4 guys got sent to the box off the face-off.
Yeah.
3 fights off the face-off.
I mean, I don't think we've seen something like that since I forget what year, maybe 2015. It was Devils Rangers. Same thing off the face-off.
Well, there's also that famous picture of Claude Giroux in the box for the Flyers, where he smiles at the camera with like 15 other Flyers in the box with him. There's that one. That's the one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah. So I mean, of course, I mean that makes for great hockey. I know. Matt Gabriel was so pumped all day to watch the game, dude.
Dude, he would not stop talking.
Dude, 7:00. We gotta watch the game, bro.
Dude, there's gonna be fights right off the rip.
We gotta go watch the game. I gotta go eat and work
right off the
rip.
Then pee 5 times.
Yeah, in between working out.
So not that things are out of hand, but definitely things got maybe.
They did what they had to do. They did what they had to do.
They had to do. I mean, it was a physical game. The whole game.
They did what they had to do. Forget about it.
It was a great game. All right. Anyway, back to the sports.
Oh my God, Barnes would love you.
Barnes is proud right now.
Barnes is on the beach drinking something and watching. He's gonna watch this run back.
So
watch.
Yeah,
he is.
Like, fuck yeah, dude.
We love you, Barnes.
You bring it back to sports.
Yeah.
Real quick.
So to kind of talk about the game in general, Rangers ended up losing 4-2. They played pretty well. They had really good chances in the beginning, but then, Washington is a great team. They kind of dominated in the offensive zone a lot from the second period on. And you also have a great game by TJ Oshie, which you love to see because earlier this week, unfortunately, his father did pass from Alzheimer's. And, you got to imagine that
that's sick.
That whole process of
he got the
father getting
of
his father having Alzheimer's, I'm sure a very tough time for Oshie in general for the past few months or years, however long it was. And you saw the broadcast kind of do a nice tribute to his father. Obviously, TJ was, of course, close with his father, was introduced to hockey from him, and it's his first game since his father passed away, and he gets the hat trick. I mean, you love to see it. I saw it.
That's the beauty of sports.
That is the beauty of sports.
Sports, man.
Have sports when something like that happens. You can see him emotional on the bench. You see his teammates kind of huddling around him, congratulating him, supporting him, which is you really love to see that from a team, especially in a game like this. All hell was kind of breaking loose, Well,
I know. You say the beauty of sports too. It's like, think about what happened in this game. We had everything, basically every emotion you could possibly have in this game, from anger to sadness to happiness and all this different stuff. So the beauty of sports was on full display last night for sure in New York.
Of course, and I think that'll do it for our hockey segment for now. Obviously, we'll update,
and we're gonna get Gino out of here because he's going to
get to the game.
Have fun, dude, bro. Have a great time. Dude, are you trash talking or what?
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to be trash talking the hell out of specifically Carlos Correa because I hate him the most. So.
I like that one. Correa's my least.
His jeans. Tell him that, dude.
What'd you say?
All right, Gino,
imagine being a player and having Tony scream, "Hey,
Correa, you sleep in your jeans."
You really messed me up at the plate, dude. How did he know?
Well, Gino, thanks for joining us. I know you had a tight schedule today, so have a great time. Have a safe time. Hopefully, we'll be wrapping 2, New York wins tomorrow.
Yes, I'll be back tomorrow, I believe. So
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, Gino, we will see you guys. We'll see you soon, dude.
Okay.
And we're going to go to the wonderful world of the NBA now.
Yeah, Gino. All right.
The Bulls got LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
Bang.
Is it time for me now? Can I continue?
Yes, you may.
Thanks, Mike. All right. So, great night for NBA, specifically, for the Denver Nuggets. I mean, I love that team, bro. I'm so into the Nuggets. They're a phenomenal team, bro. I've been following them since I was a kid. So, Knicks Nuggets last night. The Knicks fall to the Nuggets 113-97.
It's okay.
No. It is. You know what, dude? If you want to tell yourself it's okay, that's fine.
It is because, the Knicks needed a smack in the mouth.
Sometimes, when what does Barnes say? If as a team who's doing so well with all his wins coming up, they get nervous and they need that one loss to kind of get backtrack and settle down, and they're gonna win on from here.
Correct.
Or he'll say they're due.
Or they're due.
They're due. So I'd rather have it due now than then. And Jokic, we watched the first quarter together, dude.
Dominant. It was his game.
He had like
24 points.
Literally, and I thought he was going for 60. I was like, great. Like, he's gonna have a historic game against the Knicks. Luckily, he didn't. He only had 32.
Way to fizz out. Like, what is that about, dude?
I think I
don't think he played much after the first quarter. I mean, the game was over.
It was. They were up 20, and we could never get back. We lost by 16, and it's all right. We were in the Mile High City. I think you could see, and they were all. I think it was cold in the gym because the whole game.
Oh, it's right. We saw, yeah.
Really.
And you know what that means? Cold hands, cold feet.
Right.
Cold jumper. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
The altitude, plays a factor.
Yep. So You hate to see it, but it's all right.
I like what Julius Randle said after the game, though. He goes, I'm throwing this game in the trash.
Yeah.
He goes, they're 2-1 to start the road trip. They got the Suns next.
Yeah.
And if they come out and beat the Suns after this, then who cares?
Exactly. This will be forget about it.
Trash. Forget about it.
Yeah, that's what I like that. And that's I'd rather this. I'd rather get hit right now by Denver, then they come back, hit the Suns in the mouth, and maybe come out of this, 4-1, which would be amazing.
Yeah, and getting smacked by a legitimate title
contender. Yeah,
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
I mean, this is what the playoffs are going to be like. So get ready.
Yeah, and Jokic was really just, dude. He was putting the moves in the.
Yeah,
Mitch, you really miss Mitch in that, and with those type of bigs like the Joel Embiids, and he. It's not like he can stop them, but he makes it tough for them. You know what I mean?
He's contest them.
Yeah, he's athletic as hell. He's like.
So you think this loss was more so of the Nuggets just playing really well and not so much of the Knicks playing bad? Or you think it was like a little bit of both? Like, are you worried? I'm just looking at some stats here. It looks like the Knicks were massively out-rebounded, Gino says, 64-42. Are you like worried, Mike?
That's the size thing.
No, because
size.
You know how small the Knicks are without Robinson, how big the Nuggets are.
And I'm not worried because Robinson is due to come back. So I'm not worried. We have play-in too. He's going to get back on and he's a worker. He's going to be
Mike
back.
Is not. He's stone cold over there. Ice in his veins. He's not worried.
I'm not worried at all, actually.
The slightest.
I know. I just, this is time and time again. The Knicks have proven us wrong. So I'm officially not having a tone of surprised or I don't know. This is a new team. We're not living in the past, Barnes. This isn't the old Knicks. This is a new group of Knicks, and it's different. I did think, though, that when they were down 20 to like 25 to 6 or whatever.
Yeah, when we turned it on.
We should have had the young boys just come in, pulling Knox, pulling all those young guys, and let those guys sit for a sec. Think about it. You know,
think about what you guys just done.
Yeah, literally. Think about what you just did.
Call a timeout.
Yeah, call a timeout.
Take a lap.
Those young boys are gonna bring it back a little bit.
Yeah,
and then you'll be feeding off the momentum, but they didn't do that.
No, that game was doomed from the start. Where they had 3 fouls and a technical foul in the first minute.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right. Yeah.
Yep.
That's brutal.
Just doomed. Throw it in the trash.
Yep.
Throw it in the trash, dude. Forget about it. Wipe it off. It's the best you could do. Moving on here. Last night, the Jazz played the Spurs, and the Spurs got hammered 126-94. DeRozan was held to just 6 points for the game.
See? Tolino, real quick. If you miss a lot, there's more defense rebound opportunities. Not worried. Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah. Not worried. I guess no one's worried.
No one's worried.
Yo, Knicks is such a great fan base, dude.
I know. Through thick and thin, baby.
Thick and thin, dude. They hang around. So, Grasso, you want to tell me maybe what you saw here for last night from the Jazz? And the Jazz have been good all year, I feel, right?
Yeah,
the Spurs haven't.
I expect this game to be a little closer without Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley playing for the Jazz. But, the guys that stepped up for the Jazz been Bojan Bogdanovic. He's been scoring for the Jazz, great shooter. And then, like I thought yesterday, Jordan Clarkson came on at a really big game, 30 points for him tonight.
Apparently somebody called it, Gino said, but I don't know who. Probably Barnes.
It was me.
Oh, it was you?
It was me.
Oh, let's go, dude.
Wait, Jordan Clarkson?
Yeah, he was having a big game. Because, no Mitchell, no Conley.
Yeah.
Going to get big minutes. And
he delivered.
Yeah.
6 man, maybe.
That's what definitely, I think.
6 man of the year?
6 man of the year, Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah. And that's great. What a great career.
People thought he was completely gone when he was with the Lakers.
And the cat knows with the Cavs, though.
Yeah, when he left the Lakers and went to
the Cavs. He didn't do well there. He didn't play well there.
No.
Sometimes you need to get away from LeBron, I guess, to play well. I swear to God.
Yeah, because he was with Kobe, I think, to start his career. And
he was young, though. He didn't get much, burn.
No.
He was just learning.
It's funny. Utah is the place where he finds his feet.
Yeah.
Out of all places.
Smaller market, less pressure. There's a lot of pressure with LeBron in LA.
Fans in the stands.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, yeah.
Actually, Utah does have fans.
Yeah. The Mormons.
They are Mormons, dude.
They are Mormons.
Utah's got a weird fan base.
Shout out Zach Wilson.
I don't know if do Mormons watch basketball.
Not calling Mormons
really
weird.
Dude.
No.
No. It's okay, man. To each his own.
Yeah. But just saying.
Nothing wrong with being a Mormon.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Not many Mormon basketball players.
No.
Are there any?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Zach Wilson, though, New York Jets quarterback is Mormon.
Mormon, yeah.
From Utah.
BYU.
I don't know. That's not. I guess that's probably why I went there.
Yeah. Well, it's a Mormon college. You have to be Mormon to go there.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
I
know something about college football. You guys don't know?
I don't know anything about college football.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, damn. All right. Anyway.
I know Alabama's good.
Well, now that I asserted myself as the dominant person here, let's move on and preview some games for tonight.
Hell yeah.
We got Brooklyn at Dallas.
No
wonder
could not
Gino
be.
left.
Gino.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
right here, Gino says Dallas has won 7 of their last 9. Momentum in their favor. The Nets have lost 3 straight. No Harden for the Nets. No KP for the Mavs. I mean, if I'm really going to embody Barnes here, I'm definitely going to go with Dallas because Brooklyn, terrible attitude with the prima donnas on the team. You can't just not play during the season and think you're just going to pick it up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Barnes, when did Barnes get back?
Yeah, honestly, dude, that was a great impersonation.
Cross. So let's get some predictions from you for tonight.
Bounce back game for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I think Durant and Kyrie are both gonna have big games. Dallas doesn't have any size down low, which is what Brooklyn struggles with. They don't really have anyone that could defend down low. So I don't see Dallas being a big problem for Brooklyn. Obviously, Doncic is probably gonna have a nice night because he does every night, but I have faith Brooklyn's going to win this game pretty easily, I think. On the road, it might be a little closer, but I got Brooklyn.
All right, Mike?
Yeah, no, actually, he took it out. Same thing. Like, I think it's a bounce back. I do not think that the Dallas Mavericks are going to win this game. I don't see them guarding Kyrie and KD. Sorry.
I don't know, unless Tim Hardaway drops 50 tonight.
Yeah, no, not happening.
Can't do that 2 games in a row.
All right, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with Dallas, dude.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
I gotta go with Dallas, dude.
Gotta.
All right, I guess we can move on to the Lakers at Clippers.
I wish Barnes was here for this.
I wish Barnes was here for this. I know, dude. We're missing Gino and Barnes for these 2 games.
I'm actually happy Barnes is on vacation and he's not going to see this game.
Oh, he might.
Why you think the Lakers are gonna get spanked?
Yeah, I think big time.
Lakers will have 6 of their last 8.
No LeBron, no Schroeder,
maybe no Tucker.
Who knows about Anthony Davis? He's all wobbly now.
Wow,
God.
dude.
Lakers is probably playing.
I think Lakers beat the Nuggets their last game, have not won 2 in a row since March 28th when they beat the Magic and the Cavs. Wow.
It's kind of
That's like not good.
And those are like pathetic
teams.
back-to-back wins.
Yeah.
That is not championship pedigree.
I'm sorry.
no,
No.
dude.
This is this year, not last year.
Right.
Do you think
Barnes
you
doesn't
could
live in the past, though. Barnes
No.
will tell you, dude. It doesn't matter what happened last year.
Yeah, so I mean, right now it's not looking good. The ship is sinking,
And
the Titanic is going down.
And if you look at the standings here, they're a half game ahead of Portland for that 7 seed. Portland's not playing tonight, so if the Lakers lose, Portland and LA play Friday. So that would be kind of to avoid the play-in game. It's going to be a Friday night game between Lakers and Portland with no LeBron.
Oh my God, Dunzo, Melo, Dame, CJ. And they're actually playing for Scott's coaching stint
Terry
Stotts with Portland because I saw that this is going to be his last year, barring a miraculous playoff run. Literally the quote. So
he's been there a long time.
He has. And it's been tough. And they did get to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. Sadly, they didn't have Nurkic or Zach Collins, and I think they could have made it through.
Yeah, I mean, if this is Terry Stotts' last year, I mean, I'd say it's a pretty successful coaching tenure with Portland.
Yeah, definitely.
Is Braun out because of the high ankle sprain still? Is he like?
He re-injured it. I think
re-injured it. That's tough, dude.
He's just chilling for the rest of the regular season.
You think he's phoning it in right now, or what, dude?
I'm telling you, I think it's You look back, he always does stuff like this, and it's like, okay, just so he could say, like, see, and then they're gonna lose, and then they're gonna get a star, and then they're gonna win 2 in a row, and then there's gonna be 6, and he's gonna retire, and then everyone's gonna be like,
greatest player ever,
because he has better stats and 6 rings, but he was 6 for 20 in the finals or so. It's gonna be like, I swear, by the end.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty good plan for him, though. It sounds pretty dope.
No, I mean, yeah, and
retire.
He'll play probably 1 year with his son, and then retire.
Good for him, dude. Barring a high ankle sprain injury.
Yeah, I know.
All right, guys. I think you guys have any other final thoughts or last minute additions? No.
Oh, actually,
good. What do you got,
real
Mike?
quick? Actually,
you got some stats, some facts.
Just in?
Yeah,
when you listen to the radio, you get facts.
From 98.7?
No, this is
What did Bart Scott say?
This is Facebook actually.
Whoa.
On just some stats.
Reliable source, dude. I don't know if
Baseball, some baseball stuff. No, we've talked about this.
Okay.
Yesterday. So from Paul Hembekidis, Twitter at Paul Hembo.
Oh no.
Tatis Jr.
Oh, okay.
So runs through 160 through his first 162 games. Runs for Tatis Jr. 130. Ricky Henderson 97. These are like all these guys that I'm talking about. They are the all-time leaders in their categories in the specific
for
categories.
rookie year.
No, forever.
I thought it was for rookie years.
No.
Oh,
This is in general. That like Ricky Henderson has the all-time runs.
Okay.
Hits, Pete Rose has all-time. Home runs, Barry Bonds. So all these people are the all-time leaders, as well as through 162 games. This is their stats.
Oh, through a season.
Through the first 162 games of their career.
So it's their rookie year then.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm like the rookie year. Like no. The 162 games. Okay, so a season. No, their first 162 games.
That's actually mad funny. All right, so
Dumbass.
home runs. That's so funny. Oh wait, hits. Tatis Jr. 185. Pete Rose 173. Home runs 46. Barry Bonds 22. RBIs, Tatis Jr. 109, Hank Henry Aaron 94. Stolen bases, Tatis Jr. 32, Lou Brock 24. And total bases, 366 for Tatis and 305 for Henry Aaron.
Dude, he is an unbelievable athlete. And I think it was you when we were talking about his big sign of the podcast. You're like, bro, this guy's only been in the season 1 year. Like, you don't know. Like, this guy's probably going to be trash this year.
Maybe I was thinking of Lindor. I thought it was maybe.
No,
it was Lindor.
Change it up now.
It was
dude.
Lindor.
But dude, those are some crazy numbers he's putting up. And I also told you a stat last night as well. Early in the season, they had a 3-game series against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And he is the only shortstop ever
in
to
Major
have
League
3
Baseball.
back-to-back hits in games. So like 1 hit at least in those 3 in a row games at Dodger Stadium. The only shortstop to do so in the history of that Dodger Stadium. Which is crazy. Not even a Dodger shortstop has done that. Like, that's crazy,
I
bro.
know.
The guy he's unbelievable. The Padres lucked out. They have him for the next 12 years right now, which is huge. He's a huge asset to the team. And he's super young. I think he's 24, 23.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's
He's a legacy, dude. Killer bat flip. He's got swag, dude, on the field. Great defensive shortstop. And obviously you hope to see, great things from him as the years come by. Is that it, Mike?
That's all for me.
That's all from you?
That's all for me.
Let's go, guys. Dude, phenomenal show. I want to thank our audience, everyone for watching, for commenting, for liking. Do not forget to subscribe and share all of Downtime's content on all social media outlets. And until tomorrow, wait, today's Thursday?
Yeah.
Until tomorrow, we will see you then, dude. Peace. Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.